make sweet potato salad. Never made it before. I didn't used to like sweet potatoes, but I do now because I tried them roasted. So I've always wanted to, I'm like, why is there no sweet potato salads? I found a recipe and it actually called for, trying to get this on my work area here. It called for you to boil them. You need to cut them into 1-inch pieces, but I am not going to boil them. I'm going to roast them because that's my favorite way to have them. All right, there's some really bad spots on this, so I'm going to cut them off. But the thing about a sweet potato is the right knife, because if you don't have the right knife, it is so labor intensive. So I'm going to cut that right off. All right, we might need to use another one. So I'm just going to cut them into 1-inch slices. I've got my oven on 350. And I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to roast them. So we're trying this horizontally today because my nephew Scotty told me that he took a film class and that Aunt Monica, you're supposed to have the camera horizontal. So we are going to wait and see if Scotty is right or not. He probably is. He's a pretty smart kid. Okay, there's one. Now, this is my favorite thing to use for peeling sweet potatoes, actually anything, but it's so great for sweet potatoes and squash. It just works so easily. And I'm a big, big believer in the easier, the better. All right, Summer. Also, I normally make a 2 to 3 times batch because I'm always thinking that we just want more, but I'm not sure we're gonna like this. So, because I've never made it. So we're just gonna make 1 batch. And 2 of the 4 of my kids don't like sweet potatoes. 1 being my editor. So make sure you've got a nice sharp knife when you are cutting these sweet potato. It's gonna save your fingers. I have the oven on. I've got bacon cooking because that's part of the recipe, so I thought I would just throw that in a frying pan and start that. Calls for 2 pounds of sweet potatoes. This was 2 pounds of sweet potatoes, but I cut a lot of the first one off because it didn't look real great. Okay, I'm going to toss this with probably just a couple tablespoons of olive oil, some garlic, just a little sprinkle on that, and some salt, kosher salt, and pepper. That will probably cook for about 20 minutes, and there's a lot less on the pan than I normally have, so I probably will just put it in for 10 minutes, actually. It's all tossed. Okay, so now we'll work on the rest of the salad while the sweet potatoes are roasting. Here we have 2 ribs of celery. So when I take a rib of celery, I cut the bottom part into thirds, lengthwise, like that. And then I cut the top part in half. And I chop it. And then you cut out about the right size. So cut the bottom third, give the bottom half in thirds, and the top half in half. Calls for my dad's favorite pickles, which are the little teeny, tiny, sweet gherkins. But I am going to use dill. And it says calls for about a 1/4 cup. So I'm just going to probably chew it down to be a 1/4 cup is my guess. I'm going to eyeball it. Probably cut them in 4 and then chop them. About a half of a small one, and I have a humongous one. So I'll probably put in, I don't know, maybe 2 tablespoons of whole grain mustard. I just work with what I have. I have spicy ground mustard, so I'll put in a couple tablespoons of that. Oops, let's straighten this in. Am I measuring? No. Do I measure? Not a lot. Alright, so there's your spicy brown mustard. A tablespoon of honey. Perfect. Celery. Half a small red onion. Let's do that. See my small red onion? It's almost as big as my head. It's huge. So we're going to use our big pepper knife here to cut halfway in half. And then a quarter of that. Maybe. Favorite chopping knife because I can hold it way up here and have so much control over it. In the bakery I called it the choppy chopper, my official name for it. Yeah, that looks like plenty of red onion. I'm gonna put that much in. I'll save the rest for a salad or something. So I don't have a lemon, so I'm going to use a lime. Calls for the zest. We'll make this a Mexican potato salad. Sweet potato salad. Alright, so we're going to put a little bit of lime in. I normally just, if I don't have something, and something close to it, this is your citrus, I just do that. Zesting is not my favorite thing to do at all, ever. So a lot of times I don't put nearly the amount of zest in that it calls for because it's just hard. Alright, so I zested the lime a little bit, probably half what I should have done, but now you squeeze the whole lime in, put the lime juice. Salt and pepper, so I'm going to, it's probably about a teaspoon of salt is what I'm going to put in, probably a teaspoon of each, and pepper, okay. Now we're going to put in about a quarter cup of white vinegar, and about a half a cup of mayo. I'm going to stir all of this up. I'm going to wait for the sweet potatoes to be done. About half a cup right there. Mayo. I'm also, I think, going to put some pepperocini in here. I think it's going to be a lovely addition to this sweet potato salad. And what I would normally do is I'm going to taste this. Tasting this, I can tell if there's too much sweet, or if it's too salty, or if I need more vinegar, or what have you. So I'm just going to just dip my spoon in there, just a little bit of the really dressing on here. Taste that. Ooh, it's pretty good. I don't even have the sweet potatoes in there yet. Okay, so I think Summer's afraid of the camera, so she might bark. But you want these to be just fork tender, and they are absolutely, oh, actually, maybe they need a couple more minutes. They shouldn't be hard at all. They should be fork tender. If you need to put them in for a couple more minutes, just do that, and then you can cool them off a little bit and throw them in your salad. Okay, the sweet potatoes needed a couple more minutes, so what I did is I put them in under broil, which gives them this nice, yummy, yummy charred look. Just cooks them to perfection. We're going to let that cool for a couple minutes, and then I'm going to add them to the salad. Now's the time to add the sweet potatoes to the salad. We're just going to scrape them right in. Yes, I didn't let it cool long enough because I'm impatient. All right, so we added those to the salad now, and we're going to just stir them in. Now I added 2 tablespoons of fresh chives from the garden and 2 tablespoons of fresh parsley from the garden that my husband plants for me, which I love. And I noticed that the recipe didn't actually call for bacon, but I think bacon is a must in a lot of dishes. So we're just stirring this up. You know after it sets it's going to be better, but I'm just getting it all incorporated right now. I put about 2 tablespoons of pepperocini in here, give it a little bit of a bite, a little bit of spice. I'm going to add, this is probably what, a 1/4 cup? It's 4 slices of crisp bacon. Look at that yumminess, huh? All right, let's try this. I've got a little bit of sweet potato, I need some celery, some onion, maybe a pepperocini. Yum. I really like the lime. I've never made this before. The lime's really good. I did add a little bit more honey to taste because it was a little too tart, but oh my word, you guys need to try this. I will put the recipe in the comments, and I hope you have a great day.